Welcome to my channel. Today I am going to teach Class 12 Business Studies Chapter 1 Nature and Significance of Management. Here it is part 2 video. First of all, we can start with management as an art. So here art refers to skillful and personal application of existing knowledge to achieve desired result. It can be acquired through study, observation and experience. Examples: a goldsmith shaping gold into ornaments, a carpenter making furniture out of wood, music, acting, dancing, painting, etc. are the examples of art. Next we are going to study about the characteristics or the features of an art. There are 4 features are there or 4 characteristics are there, but I am explaining it in 3 characteristics. That means one is existence of theoretical knowledge, second one is personalized application, third one is based on practice and creativity. So third and fourth I am going to explain it as 1. So existence of theoretical knowledge. Any art like dancing, public speaking, acting and music, the existence of certain theoretical knowledge exists. A successful manager practices the art of management in the day-to-day job of managing an enterprise based on the study, observation and experience. So here, in every art, a systematic and organized study material should be available compulsorily to acquire theoretical knowledge. Next is personalized application. The use of basic knowledge very differs from person to person, and thus art is a very personalized concept. For example, there are many qualified singers and cricketers, but Lata Mangeshkar and Sachin Tendulkar has achieved in the highest degree of success. This characteristic of art is also present in management, as every manager has its own unique style of managing things, and people although all managing learn same management theories and principles. Third and last one is based on practice and creativity. Art involves continuous practice of existing knowledge. Knowledge means here theoretical knowledge. Management satisfies this criteria as a manager gains experience through regular practice and become more effective. Art involves inconsistent and creative practice of existing theoretical knowledge. So next, the conclusion of management as an art. In management also a huge volume of literature and books are available on different aspects of management. Every management has his own unique style of managing things and people. He uses his creativity in applying management techniques, and his skills improve with a regular application. Since all the features of art are present in management, so it is called an art. Next we are going to explain about management as a science. Science is a systematized body of knowledge that is based on general truth which can be tested anywhere at any time. Next, the characteristics or the features of science. There are 3 characteristics: systematized body of knowledge, principles based on experiments and observation, universal validity. First one is systematized body of knowledge. It is based on cause and effect relationships. Management has systematized body of knowledge. It has its own theory and principles that have developed over a period of time. Thus, this feature of science is present in management. So here science has systematized body of knowledge, and it is based on the principles and experiments. Next is principles based on experiments and observations. Scientific principles are first developed through observation and then tested through repeated experimentation. The principles of management are derived over a period of time through observation and repeated experimentation. Thus, this feature of science is present in management. Here it means the scientific principles are developed through repeated experiments and observation over a period of time. Last one is universal validity. Scientific principles have universal validity and applications. Management has systematic body of knowledge and its principles are developed over a period of time based on repeated experiments and observations which are universally applicable, but they have to be modified according to the given condition. Conclusion of management as a science. As the principles of management are not as exact as the principles pure science, so it may be called an inexact science. The prominence of human factors in the management make it a social science. The last topic is management as a profession. Profession means an occupation for which specialized knowledge and skills are required and entry is restricted. Next, the characteristics and the features of profession. There are 5 characteristics or 5 features of profession. Well-defined body of knowledge, restricted entry, professional association, ethical code of conduct and service motive. First one is well-defined body of knowledge. All professions like legal, accounting, medical, etc. are based on a well-defined body of knowledge. Management is a profession like accounting, medical and legal profession as it also has a well-defined body of knowledge comprising well-defined principles on a variety of business situations. This knowledge can be acquired at different colleges and professional institutions and through a number of books and journals. The subject of management in thought at different institutions such as Indian Institute of Management, that means IIMS in India. So this feature of profession is present in management. So here it means all the professions are based on well-defined body of knowledge, whether it is legal, accounting, medical, whatever may be, all the professions are based on a well-defined body of knowledge. Next one is restricted entry. The entry to a profession is restricted through an examination or through acquiring an educational degree. For example, to become a chartered accountant in India, a candidate has to clear a specified examination conducted by the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India, ICAI. For example, once more I am repeating, to become a chartered accountant in India, a candidate has to clear a specified examination conducted by the Institute of Chartered Accountant of India, ICAI. Next is professional associations. All the professions are affiliated to a professional association which regulates entry, grants, certificate of practice and formulates and enforces a code of conduct. For example, to be able to practice in India, lawyers have to become member of Bar Council which regulates, control their activities. There are several associations of practicing managers in India like All India Management Association, that is AIMA. But legally it is not compulsory for management to be members of such an association. So this feature of profession is not fully present in management. So here it means all the professions are affiliated to a professional association which regulates entry and frames code of conduct relating to the profession. Next is ethical code of conduct. All professions are bound by a code of conduct which guides the behavior of its members. For example, all doctors take the oath of ethical practice at the time they enter the profession. The last one is service motive. The basic motive of a profession is to serve their clients' interest by rendering dedicated and committed service. For example, the task of a lawyer is to ensure that its clients get justice. The basic motive of management of an organization is profit maximization and not the social service. So here, the main aim of a profession is to serve its clients. That's all for today's video. Thank you for watching my video. Please like and share and please subscribe my channel.